welcome back to my channel. So I started this picture on my last video, which was filmed on Tuesday, Friday. I think I only uploaded it today. Only got around to uploading it today. Anyway, so I managed to finish all of the background, and then the shiny black that you can see was the Sakura Jelly Roll glaze in black. Now I almost ran out. I've got the smallest amount left. If I could just find a pen. Look how much I've not got left. So I'm going to have to order a few more of them, because that's going to run out very soon. But in case you are interested, I did use cadmium yellow, sienna gold, burnt orange, mid vermilion and sepia ink of the Inktense. Now I did mention in my last video I'm trying my best to practice a little bit more this month with Inktense. So this is what I've come up with. I'm going to show you as well at the end of the video, depending on how much I get done. The picture, this is that picture by Hanna Karlzon that I did over a year ago, just so you can see the difference. Now I'm going to stick with similar colours, not identical. I might add one or two different shades, so I don't want the cadmium yellow. I'm going to go with that might be a bit too dull. Let's have a see. I'm just picking out my pencils here. So sun yellow, golden yellow, sienna gold again, and then the burnt orange. Let's stick with them three shades, and I might have to use a black as well. So we've got charcoal grey or ink black. We'll try ink black. So let's make sure that they're all sharpened. I did this little portion on camera, and then as I was doing more of them, I felt like my technique had got better. With this little portion here in that video, I used 2 layers, but the rest of it is just 1 layer. I added a little bit more pigment down, and then instead of it being a really dry brush like I was using here, I added a lot more water, and it did make the paper pill a little bit. It's not bled through, not pill, what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word, but bend. It didn't go through, but that technique with these pencils worked fabulously. So I'll try that now that I've learned that on the bees on camera, just to show you exactly how I did it. Just making sure, I should have done this off camera, but I didn't pick my colours. I'm having to use some artificial light today because it's quite dull. Even though it's very warm, it's quite dull today. So I'm definitely not prepared because I've not even got my brushes out. So my 2 Kuretake, what are they? Kuretake, yeah, the water brushes. I thought I was right. So let's move everything over, and let's start off with this one, and I'll bring you in. Definitely wasn't prepared. It was sort of a last minute sit down and film while I had a free 40 minutes or so. So bumblebees, I should have had a reference picture. I'm just going to put this all over the body and the head, just so I've got that base of yellow there. I'm not sure what to do with the wings yet. Like I said, I've done everything that I need to do, and I thought, you know, I can sit down and film for half an hour or so, 40 minutes, whatever I can. So burnt orange. Now bumblebee. We'll bring this colour up like that, and then down, and I think I will do it in 2 layers because I don't want all of the colours merging together. I want to do a stripe of black maybe here, and then another stripe of black maybe here. So I'm going in with the sienna gold. That's just a lighter version of the burnt orange. Pulling that up and down. Now, get my water brush quite wet now. Make sure I've got no more ink on it from last night. And start on the lighter area first, then go to the darker area and pull them together to blend. Any excess that's on your brush, wipe off on a little tea towel or a kitchen roll, and then just blend them colours together like that. I think that's why I was messing up last time, because I wasn't putting enough water down. So same thing again, work from the lighter side, then the dark, dampen it off, get clean water and merge them together. So while that is drying, we'll move on to this one. I'll do the exact same thing, and I think, like I said, I'll have one little stripe here, here and here, or maybe even two, maybe two. So I didn't end up using then the golden yellow, so I put that to one side. So the sun yellow, I do feel a little bit more confident with these now since I've been working on this page for the last 3 nights on and off, I want to say. So bring that colour up, and then back down again. I think the trick as well is you have to make sure you've got enough pigment on the paper for this to work, and not being afraid of using quite a lot of water. So same thing again, let's put my water closer. But the only thing with Inktense is you've got to work quick. You've got to work quick. So we'll do the head first, and then move on to the darker area, clean off the brush and blend them together. And the exact same thing on the other side, clean off your brush and blend together. Easy peasy. No, I didn't think of space, did I? So let's move that out of the way, and let's move that in the water. And I think I'll do this one now. I'm not quite sure what to do with the wings. I might have to have a think about that. I'm not overly confident about making them translucent. While I'm at it, I'm going to do 2. Colour 2 in at once, because we are going to have to wait until that's completely dry before we can add the dark. And there is a couple of bits, see here, and I know that there's one somewhere else that I'll need to fill in that I missed out. And then this sienna gold. Let's blend that out. Ooh, I popped a lot of water on that time. Clean water again. And the same thing on this little guy. I'm not too worried about going on the wings just yet because, like I said, I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do. about them. So same thing again, and I might have to just use the heat gun because I'm feeling impatient today, and I've not got all the time in the world. The shiny gold stuff I did forget to mention was Winsor & Newton ink in gold. I was going to add a few more, but I'm glad that I didn't. In the original picture that I did, I just used black acrylic paint, so I really like the effect of this one instead, a lot better. So the burnt orange. And this sienna gold, yep. Make sure you're cleaning that brush off, because you don't want to drag too much of the darker colour down, because it'll just muddy up your yellow. But that sort of effect works really well when you're doing this sort of thing. So I suppose it just all depends on what effect you want to go for. Right, so I'm going to blast this with the heat gun and then I will be right back. So we're all dry, that only took a couple of seconds with the heat gun. Just make sure that you move your plastic if you are using this to protect the next page, because it will melt. I've actually got, is it there? I've not, but the ones that I've melted by mistake I've ended up cutting up to use for acrylic paint. So yeah, they get used either way. So now we'll go in with the ink black, and then let's add these stripes. I might just do 2 big ones. We'll do 2 at first and see how it looks. I don't want it to be a really stark line, I want it quite blended. So clean water again. I'm just going to leave that for a minute and let it start drying. Might even leave it like that, I don't want to blend it out too much. You see the look that I'm going for? Maybe just the edges. Sometimes I've just got to tell myself to stop faffing with it. That's better. So we'll just do that with all of them now. We'll stick with the two good size little bee lines, stripes rather, words Debbie. Dabbing off the excess as well. Just like that. Am I going to be able to get all of them in frame? Yep. I think with the little crystals or diamonds, whatever they're meant to be, jewels, I think I might just use coloured pencil, because if I use Inktense, I think it's going to be a labour of love using a tiny teeny little brush to do them individually, and I think it might be quicker and easier just to use normal coloured pencils. I've got some Spectrum Noir Sparkle pens that are very similar to the Wink of Stella that I might put over the top of the wings to make them nice and shiny. Right, I'm gonna messing with it too much. Let's bring you out. I'm quite happy with them. I might even add a teeny tiny little bit of detail with pencil. So let me decide what pencils I want to use, and then we will be right back. It'll just be a second for you. So I've chosen to use, I'll just give that another blast with the heat gun just in case before I went in with the pencils. But I've chosen to use my Polychromos pencils by Faber-Castell. And I've not chosen any colours yet. But I do want a dark, so we'll just get the black out just to add a little bit more depth here. And then for the crystals themselves, jewels, should I stick to the same colour scheme or go total opposite? I'm thinking of just staying with the same colour scheme, but I quite like the idea of turquoise as well. Having turquoise diamonds. I think I'm going to do that. Cobalt green. Let's just do it. Cobalt turquoise and Prussian blue. I'm a bit nervous about this. I'm sure it'll look nice. I'm sure it'll look nice, and I will use the black as well in the little crystals. So let's give these a little sharpen. And I'm going to pull that page out in a minute and show you that this is another reason why I'm deciding to use these colours, just so it's not so samey as the other one. So let me just get it. You might hear me attempt to get over because I have stood up. So this is in the Summer Nights. I have shown this page off quite a few times, but here it is. So this is the one I did last year, I want to say. I'm sure it was last year. And the other one I've used oil pastels in the background. I think that was the first time using it. Anyway, but I blanked out a lot of these areas. I think I did that to save myself time, so I weren't doing each individual one. I don't even know what these are called, the little hexagons. I don't know what they're called for bees though, where they make the honey and they keep the nest. But these are done with Prismacolor. And I did put gel pen over the top now. I did forget about that. I could use the gel pen to add some highlights in here as well. But with the crystals on this one, I just used gel pen, which I think I cheated a little bit there. And it wasn't, you know what, it wasn't gel pen, it was watercolour paint. It was watercolour paint. And then Prismacolor for the little bees. I do really like how I did the bees and the wings as well. So I might take inspiration from that and do something similar on this side. But it's all samey the colour, and I want to do something different on this side. I want to try something different, so let's just do it and see. Pop that on my little table. I will just go through these colours again just in case you are interested. So cobalt green, and then cobalt turquoise, Prussian blue, and then just the black. So yeah, let's just do it. What's the point in worrying about it? So I'll start off right in the middle. I've just seen Mr. Postman walk past, so if he knocks on the door, then the dogs are going to kick off. So instead of doing it like that, I'm going to do the whole area. I don't know if I've got any blender pencils in that pencil case. I think I put my Derwent blender back over there, did I? Oh, I do apologise, I'm all over the place today. But I need my Derwent blender pencil. That's still one of my favourites. I've lost count how many of them I've gone through. So let's try and get one even layer. As best as we can anyway. And then the cobalt turquoise. Let's start on a smaller one first. And then she goes straight into the big one. My attitude towards colouring and art is the same now as it was before I even started YouTube. Even though I am showing my pages online, it's my book, and if I do it wrong, it's mine. You know, I'm not overly, I don't want to say bothered, but if a mishap happens, I learn from the mistakes. Hence this area here, and then we're doing something different and it turning out so much nicer on the other side. But I think this is going to look nice. I've got a funny feeling I'm going to need a different sort of blue as well. I like the look of this one. Is that blush turquoise? Let's try that one. Yeah, that'll work. Well, I've not heard the postman, so he mustn't have had anything today. And then with the black, I'm just going to pick out areas that I'd like a little bit darker. And then we can pop some gel pen as well over the top. Let's move my pencils a bit closer. I forgot to put my my little mat down again, so you weren't hearing the pencils clanging everywhere, but I forgot. So the gel pen that I've been using recently as well, I've been switching it up between my teaser and the Signal. Now I've been using the Signal ever since I started doing any sort of adult colouring. The Arteezer are new-ish to me, but I do like them both for different reasons. This one's got a really fine tip that might be a little bit better. So let's test it on here. And there goes another pencil. I'm not going to white out each and every single line, I'm not about that today. So let's add a couple of individual highlights like that, and it gives that sort of effect. I will try the signal on one of these areas as well. So that's the basic gist I think that I'm going to go for. Yeah, so the rest of it I think I'm just going to speed the portion up of me just doing the little crystals, and then we'll come back when I've decided what and if I can do any more on camera depending on the time. So this is the next day now. I did finish this off last night and I've already posted a picture on it on Instagram because I'm really proud of this one. I ended up using the Sakura Jelly Roll glaze again just for these little dots, and then the Arteza white gel pens also for the highlights. So I do hope that you enjoyed this video. I'm just going to show you again my previous version of this page. And I like this one as well, but I don't like it as much as this one. I'm really pleased with how this turned out. I think when I first filmed this little bit of the Inktense, and the more I did it, the more confident I was getting, and I was managing to get more unique effects with it. So yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I'm glad as well I went with the turquoise for the crystals, diamond crystals. I think it makes them stand out beautifully. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!